one of the secrets we're going to be talking about today is how to become balanced and become healthy in your life. There's actually another talk show that I'm going to be hosting along with Dr. Lee. We're going to be talking more about that, called Ageless Living. So more to come as far as that's concerned, starting in July. So we just like to do a little bit of pre-advertising for that show. And speaking of advertising, we have advertisers on the show, which we highly appreciate. We have Glendale Flowers, who has been a long-time advertiser for us, and we recommend that anybody here in the Phoenix area go to 59th Avenue and Glendale, and nice little quaint shops downtown. Go do some shopping, but stop by Glendale Flowers and make sure that you get flowers for your loved ones. And you know, even though Father's Day is coming up, it would be a really, really good point gained if you get flowers for your wife on Father's Day. I think she would really love that. So just a pointer, just saying. All right, also we went to thank Planet Beach. It looks like we are going to be able to have, in the very near future, we may have online locations in the Phoenix area as advertisers here on the show. So heretofore, we've been advertising a lot for the 59th Avenue and Brand location, but online locations look like they are going to be joining us. So it can be all over the Phoenix area. Drop into Planet Beach, have unlimited spa treatments for a very minimal fee. So these are wonderful places to be. However, they are not holistic healing. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how you can do much, much more than that. So we also want to thank Crescendo for providing free websites to our listeners. So if any of you are out there and haven't responded to the free website program, they actually have a new session of the free websites coming up. Feel free to call 480-296-1776, 480-296-1776, and you will be able to get yourself a free website. Hosting is not free, we need to disclose that. However, the development of the website is free. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about social media. Many of you have heard us talk a lot about the new arrival on the scene, Trusted Team. We actually just got off of Channel 12 News, where we were talking about Trusted Team. So that will be this afternoon at 4 o'clock. If you hit Channel 12, they'll be talking a little bit about Trusted Team and a lot about how the light rail is affecting the local business owners and how they can unite together utilizing many different tools, including Trusted Team. So a little bit about that. We'd love you to check into Channel 12 and watch that. Also, if you miss it, they will have it up on their website and their links as well. So in the meantime, the show that really matters is this show today, and we want to welcome onto the show. We're going to be talking about Rita, who is kind of the brains and the creator behind a holistic practice where you can have massage and many types of things. That it's not just when you go to Planet Beach, what you're going to get is you feel better because you had a machine that massaged you, felt wonderful, but it's not therapeutic massage. And we want to talk about some of those differences. We're going to do a comparison contrast, and we also are joined by her, for lack of a better term, her PR director, Andy Feinberg. So Andy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. You also have your own show. You're welcome to promote that for just a second if you'd like.
Okay. Well, I'm actually broadcasting live out of our sacred space, which is Healing Dynamics International, and we're in the Hayden Professional Plaza, which is on the east side of Hayden, just south of Thomas. And so every Friday is Andy's Energetic Happy Hour, and this week I'm going to be joined by Dr. Eric Pearl and his new co-author Fred Ponslove. They have written a book, Solomon Speaks, about reconnecting your life. The book's only been out for about 2 weeks, and it's rocking.
Wow.
Because it tunes into universal source, which is a lot about what we do. We're tuning in to our divine space and clearing out all the stuff, for lack of a better word, that's in the body that's keeping us from bringing our emotional, our mental, and our physical bodies and our light bodies together in oneness. And that's what Rita is all about. She is an amazing, I say body worker, but that's such a broad term. She has a medical background. She's worked in geriatrics, physical therapy, release point therapy, and acupressure, and aromatherapy. She's taken SRT, and she works a lot with the 5 elements and the organs and the meridians. She went to Sweha. But when you want really great work, you take everything you learn and it comes to you on how to make it your own. And that's one of the things that's so special about Rita. You get off her table and you actually feel good in your body, okay? And it's not just a 5-minute thing. So we are both practitioners, and our work, I think, complements each other. We're on the same page. So building Healing Dynamics International is a very exciting thing that we're doing now.
Absolutely. If I could share a couple of things just to agree with what you're saying and to go into it. But before I do, lightbodyradiance.com, is that the website?
Well, either one you go to will take you. So you can go to Healing Dynamics International, or INTL if you don't want to type it all out.
Okay.
Healing Dynamics International will take you to that site. And they've kind of been combined.
Okay.
So even if you went to Light Body Radiance, you'd still come out to the same place.
Okay, so redirects.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So we've now talked about a couple of websites, a phone number that they can reach if they want to set an appointment.
Absolutely. The office is 480-423-6967. I'm going to give you an alternative number also, 480-442-6349.
Okay, excellent. So today we're essentially talking about holistic health. I'm a big believer in holistic health. Now that doesn't mean it's to the exclusion of modern medical science. There's a lot of value in modern medical science. And I do, however, want to share that if you want to have a life full of balance and happiness, you can't go to your doctor and say, please prescribe me balance and happiness today. He might give you some drugs that make you feel happy for the moment, and then you're going to have a downer and you might become addicted. But you know what? There are things in holistic health that you can become addicted to, and there's no downer. For example, I took my son to the LA Fitness gym last night, and it was quite a high to be able to lift weights with him, do interval training with him, and to watch him reaching goals that he had been kind of working out at home before he went to the gym. He's 14, okay? So, you know, he sees these big buff guys with tattoos all tatted up and everything, and he doesn't know he can compete with them, and of course he can't. He's only 14. But he was able to hold his own and be able to work up a good solid sweat along with me, and that is a natural high you just don't get anywhere. No doctor can ever prescribe that to me. We also run together. We go out on the mountains and we run together, and the high that I get when we're actually running the mountains, it's amazing. When you actually go on those mountains, I like to run either early in the morning when the sun rises, or at night, and it turns into a little bit of an extreme sport as well when I run, because it gets dark, because I run about 4 miles, so the first 2 miles is into the sunset, the last 2 miles is at night in the dark, and so I'm running, and I'm literally, I don't recommend this to anybody. Don't try this at home. And I've only biffed it once. I biffed it pretty hard, but it didn't hurt anything but my skin. But the point is that that's a high, and that I am truly addicted to. And over a period of about 3 years, I've lost about 95 pounds.
Wow.
So, you know, these are things that you can get a natural high. When they talk about a natural high, that is not a metaphor. It's not a term or a figure of speech. It's a reality. So now I want to kind of turn it back over to you, having set that stage. What kinds of things do you do to get people to because it is all about energy. If you can't tell, when there's a couple of things I get really excited about. Trusted team and health. I really get excited about those two things, and when your energy level rises from the inside out, rather than by caffeine or other types of things where you're doing the 5-hour energy shots, when it comes from within, that's when you're starting to have at least the energy to be able to balance. Now sometimes you go overboard and you want to balance. So that's why I wanted to have you talk a little bit about, if they come in to see you, what do you do to help them balance their lives and get addicted to the high of life? How do you help them find that from within themselves?
I think that's really well said, because it is about feeling comfortable and joy in this body. This is a body where we are reconnecting, and so as we are going through, some people talk about ascension, it's change. We're uplifting, the planet is moving, people are moving, we're coming together into oneness, and there are things energetically that are stuck in the body that are creating dis-ease.
Mhm.
It is creating pain. And so when you're able to move that and move it for good, okay, it's not the same as when you go somewhere and you get a little help and you go home and a few days later you got to deal with it again. These are changes, and you see when somebody has a mindset. There are some people that are down in the dumps. There are some people that are struggling with life. And then you see people who have really gotten into tune with life, that every day and everywhere you go is a joy. Well, this is about tuning all of the bodies. So this is what makes Rita special. I work on an energetic level, really getting all the crud, energetic crud, out of the mental bodies, the physical bodies, the spiritual bodies, so that you can hold that high that you're talking about in your everyday life and live that. There comes a time where you strengthen to a point that things don't bring you down because you understand where you are. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does.
Okay.
And it looks like we're getting pretty close to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the modalities, I think would be the
Okay.
proper term. That when somebody comes to your practice, that's an appointment, the modalities that you would be using, the practices that you would be using, and what tools you would be giving people to be able to get that balance in life. I think what everybody wants is to be able to have balance, peace, and happiness. And it's just a matter of, in this stressful world, how do we get that? So we're going to be talking about that when we come back from break. And again, this is Kurt Wilhelm, your host of the Social Universe here on Voice America. Don't go away. If you want peace and happiness, grab a piece of paper, and when we come back, you can write down all the different methods of how to do that. We'll be right back after these messages.